Is that the wind?
Sounds like it.
Wasn't doing that when we were out there.
Mm.
Crazy. Okay. Just doing. $200 views on that already. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I posted a video of the mule in the barn. Like what? Not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It hit 100, 200 views already.
Nice.
That's really interesting. It's really interesting. I don't understand sometimes how the algorithm thing works, but okay, whatever works. Hey, Ellie. Sorry I didn't get over to get your dog's toes. Today did not go as planned. Oh, God. Everything looks thinner and thinner. Every time I go live, like, it looks awful.
I don't know, I look good. I'm thinner.
I was talking about my hair, smart Alec. I have an appointment next week, so we get it checked out and looked at and figure out what's going on.
Some of it I do think is in your head.
No, it's not. I mean, I see it when I look at the lives. Like, I have so much less hair. I used to have so much. There used to be so much of it. So much of it. It's crazy. Yeah. I woke up with a nasty migraine this morning. It took forever to get rid of. Lily needed help, so I got up anyway. And then after I helped her, I promptly fell asleep on the couch with them cuddling with me.
Hey, that's a bonus.
It was a bonus. I like cuddling with the kids.
Baby snuggles are always the best.
No matter what age it is, they're the best.
Yeah, it's a little awkward when they're adults.
Yeah.
Climbing into your lap.
Yeah.
I'd still let them do
it. They're my kids. What does it matter? So that's been most of today. Yesterday was the book swap. I talked about that already on a live last night. And then promptly found a home library app, which I actually am adoring. Makes referencing books on my digital library a lot easier.
She's been looking for this app for decades.
Oh, I've needed this app for decades. Because the amount of books that I have in this house is a small library. So it's really nice. So to actually have an app that works, that I don't have to do a lot of work to take care of, to put the books in, like you can actually mass file the books, and it's got everything for you, including the covers. So it's really handy. So that was most of last night, and then into today a little bit. And then between fighting the migraine and getting stalls cleaned, today disappeared pretty much. But I know it's later than normal. So we'll see. We'll go with this, Ellie. Just you on. So I believe it's number 13, distractions. How have you been distracting yourself? In what ways? Overly busy, workaholic. How long have you been distracting yourself? Why do you think you do this? Is it scary to be in the silence? What can you do to stop this behavior, to slow down or to be still? So pretty much, what do you do when you don't want to deal with life or deal with things? Hey, Megan. I'm not even near my book. I think that, and actually, I had a conversation with a friend earlier today where you just gotta kind of find your ground, and then use that as a distraction to help keep yourself kind of like in this existence. Sometimes the horses are too stressful, so they're not great distractions. Books for me are absolutely a great distraction. Legos are another one that I've been kind of like leaning towards.
But a book can be escapism too.
Oh, I'm not saying a book isn't escapism. I'm actually saying that's what it is. Mm-hmm. It's a distraction so that I don't have to deal with whatever I don't want to deal with at that point in time. But I also use the book as the wind down too, as a de-stressing tool. So it's kind of one or the other. Hey, Tina. So, is there a reason that you're distracting yourself? Music in a background. Yeah, you can absolutely use that as a distraction. Something that just kind of takes you away from the work that you need to do. So sometimes people scroll through their Facebook, playing games, Facebook Reels, TikTok, that type of thing. I got myself off of TikTok. I'm not there anymore. Facebook Reels are a common issue in this house for distractions. Games, yeah. Your game apps that are on your phone. Stuff like that keep you from being mostly productive. I use the horses today for mine. Hey, sometimes you got to take that and use it as much as you have to. Like I've said, horses for me have been a little bit stressful lately. Trying to get things in order for myself mentally, dealing with dragons' lamenesses, trying to make sure there's time to fit in, getting the other arena stripped, keeping up with the chores, keeping up with the finances of the chores. And so it's been a little challenging to keep up with horses. So they're not really a distraction. They're part of the problem. TV is a huge distraction. Reels, listening to audiobooks. You used my kids today that kept you from cleaning. Hey, whatever works sometimes. Do you stay overly busy? So I can tend to be a workaholic. No comment. Where sometimes you use your work to avoid something that you really need to deal with at home. Or maybe you're using it as a reason to not have to face the music with something else. That's a common theme you see in a lot of movies. Hollywood movies, they use the Hallmark's a big one for this. They use the guy that works too much, or they use the woman that works too much, and then they find their true love that tells them they need to step out and smell the coffee, or smell the flowers, or go smell the peppermints for Christmas time. So that's a common theme you'll find in a lot of the Hallmark movies as well. The workaholic. Yeah, no, not me. I'm not a workaholic at all. Yeah, but I'm not working for distraction. That's the reason. But that's not a reason for how much I work. I work a lot because I don't know how to sit still most days. Or it's because I know that needs have to be met, and the only way to get those needs to be met is to work. So that's why I work as much as I do, because it has to happen. Because if I don't work, the money doesn't flow, and then the money doesn't flow, then stuff's not going to get provided. So this one's kind of a challenging part of it, is like, how long have you been distracting yourself? And that is definitely situational. You know, are you avoiding dealing with grief? Are you avoiding dealing with something else? Are you avoiding dealing with, I don't know, something? Sorry, thing came across the top there or something, a different group I'm a part of. I don't really have an answer for that part, you know. There's not really any one thing I'm trying to avoid other than bill collectors. And that's just because I don't have all the money for what they want. So I guess that's the only thing. But yeah. But is it scary to be in the silence? Like, to sit and deal with your own thoughts versus having a distraction to keep you from dealing with your own thoughts and what's going on in there. And sometimes it's really hard to do, is to deal with that. And sometimes it's kind of peaceful for a change to actually sit down and give yourself space to work through that process of what you need. It's not easy, more than anything. But you know, why do you think that you use a distraction for something? Or you know, what is it that you're avoiding? You know, and that's the biggest part to figure out. And that's entirely individual for whatever, you know, it might be going on in your life. And what can you do to stop the behavior though? Like, just facing it. I mean, that's my own opinion, is to face it, to slow down, to be still,
Be in the moment.
Be in the moment. I have found in the past that I tend to use a distraction to to keep me from having to deal with that, because I'm not ready to deal with it. I'm not ready to deal with it. I'm not ready to face it. And so I'll set it off, and I'll set it off, and I'll set it off. And a lot of times people are called procrastinators for that very specific thing. But it's not that. It's that you are not mentally ready or emotionally ready sometimes either to deal with that and to face whatever's going on. But then sometimes you just, to use the verbiage of, we just got to sit down, buckle up, and deal with it. And there are days that I do that I take my Adderall and I go and I sit down and I said, all right, today's the day. Today's the day that I choose to face this, and whatever it might be. So, you know, there's no one, I don't think, good answer for everybody that fits all the occasions. I'm not good at listening to my thoughts. They're too negative. I feel that. Life's been very hectic and crazy the last 3 weeks, plus not having my own vehicle once again is majorly exhausting. Yeah, Megan, we talked about that earlier, and I know, I think you, more than anything, do need a distraction. I think it would be very healthy for you to have a distraction of something that would work for you. Whether it might be, you know, I don't know. I don't know what would be good distractions for you, whether, because you say your horses don't work there. You need something that gets you out of the current existence of having to deal with that all the time on a day-to-day basis. But a distraction would be good, I think, for you. But this is entirely a self individual question to work through. Put the big curl panties on and go for it, right? Pretty much is exactly what it is. But yeah, I don't. This one's not an easy one to kind of just like build off of. Because not one thing sticks in my head for, this is what I'm dealing with, and this is something to give great examples for. Distraction. How long have you been distracting yourself? And this is one that really, I think, will probably churn around in my head for a couple of days. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But, maybe it's a good thing, you guys, to be able to think about. And see. Dawn, Emily, I can't sleep. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's only 10 o'clock. Well, yeah, it's only 10 o'clock. So it's not a big deal.
What's this sleep thing that they talk about?
Sleep? I don't know. I think it was 1:30 before I went to bed last night. I started that book. I didn't think I'd like it. That kind of sucked me in. That's the way it usually goes.
Well, and when you're talking about distraction, you also have to ask yourself, is this causing an issue and preventing me from actually living my life, or is it just something like, hey, I need 10 minutes? Because there's a difference. Do you sit and not do something on your phone or watch TV or whatever, and you should be doing something else?
Mm-hmm.
Versus, it's okay. I got some minutes. This helps me relax. This is kind of good.
Right.
You got to think of, because not every distraction is bad.
Well, and I kind of mentioned that too. Some distractions are okay, and some distractions could be detrimental.
Yeah.
If you're trying to avoid something very specifically like that, that's generally not a good distraction to be having.
No.
Because eventually you have to face whatever that is.
Oh, absolutely.
And like you say, having a good distraction in cases of like what Megan's been going through, it would be a good distraction for her to have.
Right.
To get her out of that negative
mindset.
The negativity that's been going on down at her place with everything that she's got. So, and like I said, this is entirely an individual's question. It's not, I'll swing one way or the other. That is a catch-all for everybody at all. In situations, it could entirely be good for some and not good for others.
Right. I can think all the negative ones.
Like what?
Oh, for my ADHD, when I don't want to deal with things, I sometimes will go and learn something new.
Mm.
So I learned all about this next topic. I'm supposed to be doing something else, but it's good that I'm learning about this other thing, because it's good to know more knowledge, but
Sure.
But it's not necessarily helpful when I'm trying to get something accomplished.
Right. I use distractions a lot to keep my mind busy from thinking a lot, mostly grief. And that's a way to use distractions as a positivity for yourself. If you're trying not to deal with a lot of grief, you don't want to spiral, for sure. Spiraling's bad.
But if you're using it to escape all the grief and never dealing with it, that can be bad.
Right, exactly. So there's a level to that, of course. Eventually someone needs to deal with grief. It's not easy. And if there's a lot going on all at one time, then sure, that's a bit overwhelming, and it can be a little bit of a cliff type of thing.
Yep.
Tina says her phone playing games is a negative. Yeah, I feel that.
Me too.
I definitely have had some days where I'm just like constantly, I can't get motivated. I can't get motivated into doing whatever needs to be done. And then there are days that I'm lucky if I play on the phone at all. And
I've never seen those days.
Well, you're not home during those days.
Sure.
Because I get shit done because there's nobody home. There's nobody home to bother me. So.
I think bother's a good word. I think distract is a better word.
True. We call that falling down the rabbit hole, and I'm guilty of avoiding everything while I research some random topic.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mainly the loss of my teenage daughter 10 years ago.
That's a hard one.
That's hard.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure I'd ever get over that.
I don't think I would either. I've always said if I lost either of the twins or both of them, I would probably not be okay coming out of that. I'd try to stay at least centered to the gravity of the world, to stay if there was one of them and not the other. So that way at least the one didn't miss out on mom being present. But two, if I lost, yeah, you might as well just put me right in an institution. Forget it.
No, you are an institution. It's called marriage. You've been institutionalized.
I know. I want the white padded room. Thank you.
It doesn't have ponies in it, though.
I don't care. At that point in time, nope.
No, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, no. I feel that one, Sarah. I'm sorry. That one's rough.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah, and I personally would never hope to have to ever face that.
No.
I bawl like a baby whenever anything I'm reading or listening or watching has anything to do with something like that. And I think it took me 6 months to go back to a TV show that did that.
Mm-hmm.
It took me forever because I couldn't deal with it. I could not.
Yeah, and I mean, the worst I had to do when my oldest daughter was born, she came 3 months early. And
Yeah.
in the first 72 hours, the doc sat us down and said, if this brain bleed doesn't stop, you might have to make a decision. And I know how much that tore me up.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine.
Yeah, because I remember when we got together, you were telling me about how she'd be lucky if she made it to her 18th birthday.
Yeah.
And now she's what, 25?
5.
I was going to say 4, 5.
Yeah, 5.
So,
yep.
She's a fighter.
She has that for me.
Facts.
Too stubborn to do anything else.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, you know, if the distractions are good for you, that's an individual basis. If anything, if a distraction is bad, then it's definitely an individual basis. But you got to figure out what are you trying to distract yourself from? Maybe you don't want to face it, and some of the stuff takes time facing it, and I can understand that. I respect it. You know, how long have you been trying not to have to face it? Hi, Lena. Good night. You know, is it scary to have to sit in the silence and learn to face it and deal with it? So, this one is entirely a very individualized question for everybody. As I said to him, it's not a one catches all type of questions tonight for this. So, if you're catching this later now, and I encourage you to rewatch the first part of it. And of course, it'll be uploaded to the YouTube, which I shared a link on about 3 days ago. So you can always go back to the YouTube page and rewatch it on that as well. But I think this is one of those things that you kind of have to have a self-inflection, reflection, inflection. You know what I'm trying to say. Reflection, thank you. Of, you know, to think about what are you not dealing and focusing on in your life, and what is it that really needs to have some attention and focus. Can you give yourself a little bit every day to think about it, or maybe once a week to go, okay, I'm going to deal with a part of it. To try to learn to heal, to build up, to eventually take those little steps and maybe work your way through it. Sarah says, now I've hit menopause and I'm easily distracted and I can't think due to the brain fog. I'm not looking forward to that. I already have enough brain fog. I don't know if it could get any worse.
I'm sure it can.
Shut up. It's not allowed to happen.
And sometimes that distraction can become addictive.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to look at it from an addiction side, too. How do you fight that addictive side of it?
Sure.
You know, like when you're on your phone, how do you turn it off?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you do get back on, don't beat yourself up for it.
Right.
You know, like all the addiction type stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes the distraction can be addicting. I lost myself during the winter because of avoiding going to the barn. Yeah. Grooming was my distraction on why I was avoiding it. I understand that. I do. We also need to give ourselves grace and move forward with stuff we are avoiding. Well, and that's, maybe allowing, like I said, allowing yourselves a little bit of space every day or every week or a little bit here and there, the baby steps to be able to move forward and learning to start to focus and to deal with that, whatever it might be you're distracting yourself from. Like I said, my biggest thing is just trying to get caught up on finances and trying to avoid the bill collectors because I don't make enough to cover everything all the time. But there are definitely days where I'm just like, can I just have a break? I just want a break. But that was yesterday. Yesterday was a break.
I still can't find my Kit Kats.
What?
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Jesus. Yeah, I totally did not catch that.
It's okay. Only us old people know that.
I know it. I was around for that. Thank you. It was not entirely skipped over my generation. We had a conversation earlier today about Zennials and Millennials and Gen Z, and I was like, no, I definitely have the Gen Z touches of things. Thank you very much.
Gen Z?
Gen X. Gen X. Not Gen Z. Gen Z is younger, right?
Yes.
Stupid names.
Your sister's Gen Z.
That's right. Colleen's a Gen Z. I'm a Zennial. Because I was raised by boomers.
Yeah, that is absolutely.
I know. Oh, God, do I know. Got rid of a few toxic people. It feels amazing. It does. It absolutely does. I did that too. Was only one person, but definitely needed to be gone. I get
Sorry,
that.
I'm still here.
I wasn't talking about you. That was Tina saying she doesn't have to deal with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good. Yeah, so like I said, this really wasn't a deep, in-depth type of conversation thing for tonight, but it's definitely one to sit and ponder with and focus for yourself. So take it and then learn with it what you will about yourself. What are you distracting yourself from? What are you using to distract yourself? Why? And then maybe start making baby steps to heal forward with that. So, I think I'm in a brain fog today, but that only is because of the migraine earlier. Definitely the migraine earlier today. So, I'm going to call it an early quits for tonight. I'll leave that with you guys to think about. And then tomorrow I am in Canada hauling racehorses again. I need to make sure I have my wallet for tomorrow, or I'm not getting across the border. And then tomorrow night, Jay and I leave for Georgia and Louisiana, and then we're coming back north. Probably be back like Wednesday, Thursday morning. Thursday I had an Amish guy call for a truck. Friday I have the Amish. And then I think I'm home Saturday, Sunday of next weekend. I do have a bunch of boxes that are going out. And we have a stack of boxes over here that are going. So you'll see stuff on the post for a bunch of you guys. And then I know we had pickup today, so I got stuff, and I delivered a thing yesterday. So things are going out the door. So there's that too. But I've had a lot of comments of people missing the live sales. I'm not doing anything until I can get everything out. Everything's got to go first. So I don't want to have a backlog. And if I don't get a message about stuff that's not been paid, it's just going to get restocked at this point. So, yeah. All right, guys. Short, quick, and not easy, but individual for tonight. So, happy Monday to you all. Coming up tomorrow, and enjoy the sunshine that's coming. So, have a good night, guys. We'll catch you again tomorrow.